set up a lab on the back of the car. One day there was a miniature explosion and the conductor threw me off the train. When I was older, I became an inventor. I set up laboratories and invention factories in New Jersey. I invented many things, including the phonograph, which could record human voices and play it back, a movie camera and a projector, and a storage bag. I am best remembered for the electric light bulb. People came from everywhere to see this new invention. I was given the Congressional Medal of Honor. I died October 18, 1931. The night of my funeral, lights all across the United States were turned off at 10 o'clock in order to honor him. 3 decades after my birth, another famous scientist was born in Europe. He proved that E equals mc squared.
Good morning. I am Albert Einstein. I was born in Germany over 130 years ago, March 14, 1879. When I was 26 years old, I moved to Switzerland, where I wrote many scientific papers that changed the way other scientists think. I enjoyed studying all things physics, energy, matter, and the natural forces of the world. I was awarded the top prize in science, the Nobel Prize for Physics. I learned many new things and was called a genius. I came to the United States in 1931 and remained there for the rest of my life. You know my theories helped create the atomic bomb, worked hard for world peace. Because of my ideas, we have lasers, nuclear power, radiation therapy for the treatment of cancer, and space travel. My ideas are now part of all college physics classes. No wonder people think I'm the greatest scientist of all time. Now I am pleased to introduce one of our country's outstanding first ladies.
I, Anna Eleanor Roosevelt, was born in New York City, 1884. When I was 8, my mother died, and my brothers and I went to live with my grandmother. 1 year later, my father passed away. As a child, I was awkward, quiet, and very serious. At 15, I went to boarding school in England. My life changed, and I became a leader. I married my distant cousin, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and we had 5 sons and 1 daughter. When my husband contracted polio, I was his first nurse. I was a great support to him throughout his political career. When Franklin became president, I was an extremely active first lady. Part of my legacy is to open our eyes and hearts and inspire us to fulfill the promises of what is perhaps my greatest achievement, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Put on your goggles and fly with me to be the famous female aviator. Mayday! Mayday!
I am one of the most famous women to take to the air. Hello, my name is Amelia Earhart. I was born in Atchison, Kansas, July 24th, 1897. When I was young, I was an adventurous girl. I liked to play, skate, shoot, and ride. After going to see an air show, I decided I wanted to learn how to fly. I took flying lessons and bought my first plane. In 1928, I became the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. President Roosevelt invited me to a special dinner at the White House. That night, I took his wife, Eleanor Roosevelt, on a plane ride to see Washington, D.C. at night while we were still dressed in our fancy clothes. 8 years later, I began a trip around the world. Sadly, I did not make it and disappeared without a trace. I am remembered for my courage and pioneering spirit, and considered to be a trailblazer for all women in the field of aviation. It's the turn of the century. Here comes a leading man in movies in our country's history. the United States. Growing up in Illinois, my mom taught me to read the newspaper by the time I was 5 years old. She also taught me how to connect with people. I was eventually known as a great communicator because I was an excellent speaker. I was athletic and a gifted actor. I acted in more than 50 movies, including one titled Cattle Queen in Montana. My acting was put on hold during World War II when I joined the Army. After the war, I became interested in politics and served as Governor of California from 1967 to 1975. I then set my sights on the White House. I was president from 1981 to 1989 and accomplished many notable things. I appointed the first woman, Sandra Day O'Connor, to the Supreme Court. I was bring peaceful end to the Cold War and stabilize the economy. I was also known for my love of jelly beans. In 1981, I was shot in the chest and became the first serving U.S. president to survive an assassination. My wife Nancy and I enjoyed our time at the White House. My hope was that we can maintain and live in a peaceful way. A people free to choose will always choose peace. Get ready for the ride of your life. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! On July 20th, 1969, the world stood still to watch me become the first person ever to step on the surface of the moon. Hello, my name is Neil Armstrong, and I was 6 years old and my wish came true, to ride an airplane. I took flying lessons when I was 15 and earned my pilot's license before I earned my driver's license. After serving in the Navy, going to college, and flying test planes, I became an astronaut for NASA. As commander of Apollo 11, my crew and I blasted off to the moon. After this momentous first step on the moon, my famous words were, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Rapid bug spray, we're heading to the jungles of Africa.
When I was a little girl in London, I was fascinated with wild animals and spent most of my time outdoors. As I grew up, my love for animals and nature never changed. Hello, my name is Jane Morris Cook. I was born in London on April 3rd, 1934, and I was an avid reader of Tarzan books. Although it was unheard for a young woman to venture into the wilds of Africa, that's exactly what I did in 1960, following my graduation from Cambridge University. This first trip to Africa started my 40-year study of chimpanzees in the wild. I was lucky enough to meet and work with the world-famous anthropologist and paleontologist Dr. Louis Linton, who studied chimpanzees in their natural habitat. My research methods were not the usual ones. Rather than assigning numbers to the chimpanzees and watching them from afar, I got close to the animals and slowly won their trust. I wrote several books about my work with chimps, so that people all over the world can learn about these animals and their environment. In 1977, I founded the Jane Goodall Institute, which promotes programs designed to teach people about the importance of conserving the forest and the animals who live in them. I still work very hard to save the forest and the animals who live there. I believe that we have a responsibility towards the environment and everyone, especially children, to make this world a better place. Boy, that was fun, and I learned a lot about men and women who have done some amazing things in their lives. We hope you enjoyed our trip. Thanks for coming.